The man laughed heartily as I blushed, smiling weakly. At least I wouldn't end up cuffed and brought to a jail cell this time. Maybe it would have turned out to be a pleasant experience. It didn't. Even the elements seemed to be working against the village today. Barely a minute into the walk, the sky let loose, and we were both soaked through within seconds. It's raining. It's raining. It's raining. Letting out a yell, Narumi grabbed my hand and pulled me towards the nearest shelter. How is rain ew ew ew? Huh? That would take more than a bit of rain to douse your warrior spirit. You sound different from last time we met. I was practically expecting you to shout, "Ha! If you want to stop the great Narumi, you better up your act. Mother Nature! Send me a tsunami, an earthquake, or a tornado my way and I might just stand a chance." I frowned for a moment, trying to think of how to respond. It looked like her inability to stop the slime girl was causing havoc had led Narumi to feel like she had failed somehow. It was then I recalled certain scenarios and decided to act. I swiftly grabbed a hold of Narumi-chan? Narumi's shoulder, while my other arm wrapped around her, almost as thought I was about to comfort her. I decided to use a judo technique. Pretending to be the hero of some manga preparing himself for a secret technique, I shouted proudly, Surukibo Koshi! Having practiced judo since I was a kid, I easily spun the girl on my shoulder, on her back in the raining grass. My eyes were sharp as I looked down at her, repeating the words I remember from a certain manga. If you let one loss break your spirit, you are not suited for the life of a warrior. The stronger the people around you, the more you should improve. You! Kiss you? I wasn't planning to kiss you. Now I forget my heroic speech. Get up and grab your weapon, Narumi. If words won't cheer you up, then let's talk like warriors do. True battle. You already have your spear with you. The woman pushed herself upwards and barged past me, stepping into the nearby building. Only now did I recognize it was the building I had been held in the day before. I waited on the wooden slats of the shelter as the rain continued. A few moments later I heard a loud thud, and through the doors Narumi burst. In her hand she held a naginata, similar to the one she had used previously, but with a different blade. In a moment before our attack landed, I noticed that it wasn't nearly as sharp as it should have been. It took everything I had to raise my arms and time to grab her hold on the shaft of the weapon before the attack crushed my body. Pushing her weapon aside, I grabbed it towards, pushing my hand forcefully against her chest. I attempted to open her up for a second attack. That's it! You're not some weak-willed girl who is going to lose her fighting spirit that easily. Shut up! You don't know anything of what's going on. I'm about to beat the snot out of you, and that'll make me feel better. Did you forget that one of the most important things in the fight? The one gritted, her teeth lunged forwards, and again, a wild, angry strike that would have been ridiculously easy to dodge. She had been not so fast. Even though I was faster, the whoosh I shot past me made it clear she was not pulling her punches. I don't care. It's not important. I couldn't do it. I got scared. I let everyone down. And that's why you failed as a warrior. I can read every emotion behind your attack. You're angry at yourself for being unable to stop your spirit, right? Disappointed at yourself for lacking the courage to face them. But you're not some lone hero who has to throw everything by herself. I quickly pushed her naginata upwards. I quickly slide up her body, knocking the weapon out of her hand. I quickly raised my hand and flick her forward before stepping backwards. Did anyone tell you that you had to fight a spirit on your own? Did you forget that you have friends out there who would give their lives to help you? A hero who fights alone is a hero who dies early. It's why both you and the Tsundere Titan weren't able to defeat the spirit. How? How am I supposed to fight her by her side when she's so much better than I can ever hope to be? How can I stand a chance against a spirit and I'm just a girl with a sharp stick? Mio lost her sword, but she never lost her resolve. I lost mine as soon as things became dangerous. I'm worthless! The woman's jaw as her forehead was flicked. She quickly lunged forward, again lashing out with her spearhead, aiming for my temple. I then slid back, and Annalise dodged the swing of her Naginata. I noticed a change in her stance, which seems to allow closer range attack style. The only limits we have are those who impose upon ourselves. If she's better than you, you just need to keep improving. Even I have things I want to overcome. That's the thing about martial arts. Why haven't you tried talking to her about this? Because I can't talk to her. I just need to be strong. She doesn't without relying on anyone, without betting or healing. I can't do it. I can't be like her. Is that really how it is? Maybe you just don't know what the source of her strength is, but in your case, it's just a matter of finding your resolve. Well, there is a problem. I don't have any. I'm just a dumb little girl who needs to be saved all the time. Come on, stop talking like that. You don't have something you want to protect at all costs. Nothing at all? Not your family, your friends, your village? You're just starting with a paycheck and tell them tags? You're right. There's nothing. I lost everything. The woman's next attack caught me by surprise. She flung her weapon towards me, a full strike hitting my arm, causing me to flinch. She turned away from me. She slipped on her bed ground. Before I had a chance to react, she scrambled to her feet. I suddenly took off towards the forest. She ran away? I chased the girl as fast as I could. I barely able to keep up as she picked her through the trees. She finally slowed down, coming to a stop at the edge of a small clearing. You're really fast. Why did you run? Damn it. Why did you follow me? I didn't ask to come. I don't want you here. Leave! I can't do that. Arung-chan, a hero, never abandons someone in need. And a master never lets his pupil down. What are you talking about? It's not important. Won't you at least tell me what has gotten you this worked up? I know you're panicking back when the monster spirit attacked, but I think most people would have. It's not something you need to feel ashamed of. No answer came from the girl, who kept her gaze lowered. Rolling my eyes, I turned to leave, but stopped when I noticed two small graves. They looked old but well maintained, sitting in the shade of a tree. Narumi? My parents lost their lives during a spirit attack. I was lucky enough not to see it happen firsthand, but I'm all alone now. I lost my best friend too. When I saw Mio trapped, I got so scared I was about to lose her too. I just kinda shut down. My mind went blank. I envy you, Takahiro. You're trapped in another world, and you might never see your family or friends again. But here you are, still so positive and so eager to help everyone. How do you do it? Well, I do worry about whether I'll be able to return to my world or not, but I realize that just sitting around sulking all day won't get me anywhere. I want to spend my time helping everyone. But I don't think you lost everything that day. I mean, Miu-san is still there, right? So maybe she can be the reason for you to be stronger. And what about the elder and the other villagers? Isn't their trust in you enough of a reason to fight? It's just so hard. I'm so weak. I can't fight. But you can. Will you help me? I need to get better, and your skills are incredible. If I get strong enough, maybe I can finally protect those I care about. Mio-san, Chi-chan, the village. Well, I'm going to be stuck here for a while anyway, so I wouldn't mind helping you out. But if you had kept your emotions in check during our fight, I would have been seeing stars by now. But who is Chi-chan? You're not talking about the elder, are you? Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Can I trust you, Takahiro? Of course, my lips are sealed. Chi-chan is Machiko. Oh, you already gave her a nickname. It's a little complicated. We were friends when we were kids. She was the friend I lost. After the incident, the villagers went on a witch hunt and got rid of all the spirits, banishing them to the forest. I haven't spoken to her since. That is, until today. I know Machiko hasn't changed much from how you remember her, well, aside from the fact that she might not have been such a tease. Nope, she was actually in tease back then, too. Only not so intense. She used to play funny pranks, like hiding a bucket of water on a door or hiding a frog in someone's boot. It was so much fun. I generally hope the next generation of children in the village won't take after you two. Ah, you're no fun. It's only a bit of harmless silliness. Made sure to never ever got hurt. We made sure no one ever got hurt. We even rescued the frogs. It's a shame it all ended so quickly. Why don't you try and reconnect with her, now that she's allowed back into the village? I'd like to. We had a lot of fun when we were playing, but something seemed weird when she spoke to her earlier. She didn't seem to remember anything, and it looked like it hurt when she tried to. It's probably nothing, but you never know. Maybe something happened to her after she ran away. In any case, I think we should return to the village. This rain... Oh wait, rain stopped. I didn't even notice. We should get back, thought, I turned my gaze away, my cheeks burning as I pointed at her chest. Your clothes are soaked. No, they're not. Ah, you're right. Yeah, they're almost see-through. No, they're not. That's not something you should be amused about. Look who's talking. My body's fantastic and deserves to be shown off. Okay. I thought your grandfather was the ones you showing it off to anyone at all, let alone a guy. Anyway, let's get back to the village before you catch cold. The girl nodded at me with one last look at the two graves. She turned and began to walk back to the village, and me following in her trail. We walked back to the village and changed out of chatter. I managed to establish that while the girl was training her body well, she lacked discipline. She led me to an unfamiliar building on the outskirts of the village and quickly unlocked the door. Welcome to my humble abode. It doesn't look much, but I keep it out tidy. You can put or use some of those old ropes if you want to. You know while your stuff dries. Ah. Oops. This used to be his place before he became the village elder. I never really got rid of all the things. He won't even notice you wearing his stuff. Why the hell isn't your name showing at this sentence? Before we had a chance to get started, the sound of heavy footsteps could be heard from outside. And soon enough, a young guardsman appeared at the door. Without a warning, she began stripping off her clothes in front of me. Why is she smiling at me? Oops. My first reaction was to quickly cover my eyes with one of my hands. Narumi, however, didn't seem at least a bit bothered about my presence. Narumi-chan, what are you doing? What's the matter, Takahiro? Never seen a girl in her undies before? I see the naked fox girl. Oh wait, you saw mine yesterday. Maybe you've just never seen them on a girl. Actually, I've seen a lot of things in my life, but never a girl stripping. What would your grandfather say if he saw you? I stuttered as I briefly visualized how the Ruby would have looked without the underwear, but quickly cleared the thoughts from my mind. Well, he's not going to find out, you see? It's nothing we need to hear you, right? So get changed already. It's a matter of decency. Aren't you embarrassed knowing that there's a healthy guy in the same room as you? At this rate, this and that might happen and we're going to be late either way. Not really. I don't mind if it's you, Takahiro-kun. I'm honored. I wouldn't mind if any of my friends see me like this. Miyu has seen me naked lots of times. That's not really the issue here anyway. I quickly turned around, trying my best not to peek as she finished changing. Tell me when you're done. This is kind of stimulation isn't any good for my mind. If you quit babbling, you'd be done already. Get your clothes off and the dry ones on. I suddenly felt grab on my hips from... Wait, stay off my pants! Without any further warning, my trousers were yanked down to my ankles. A firm kick to my rear followed, and stumbled forward towards the wardrobe. Now! You didn't have to kick me! I sighed in my frustration. I had been wrong. Whether it was a Tsundere tyrant, Narumi, Machiko, or Maiko, the girls had no common sense. You know, it's not fair that only you get a show. Hey, keep your eyes to yourself. This isn't a PB contest. Good thing, too. Had more chance of winning. Well, I admit your side certainly has a more interesting view. I mumbled as I stuck around a peek at Narumi while putting on the old robes that I had found in the wardrobe. She seemed to have changed most of her clothes by now, replacing them with near identical dry ones. I wonder why she would have more than one set of the same clothes. When it struck me, you have a strange dress code here. Huh? What's a dress code? These are my clothes. You say I dress strangely? Pardon? No, they just look a lot like your clothes. Then again, what do I know? There's not a lot of options when it comes to clothes here. Just say this, baby, but here you find something you look good in, you stick to it. Some folks don't even have spare clothes, so I'm pretty lucky. Huh. I guess it would be I guess it would be for Taylor to find work in a small village like this. I'm guessing fabric isn't easy to come by either. Yeah, it never been easy. But these days it's almost impossible to convince people to come here with the spirits around. People used to pay a visit to the shrine, but lately they haven't been coming. Makes sense. I don't think many would be willing to risk their lives. Probably good to some small village, knowing wild spirits might attack. Yeah. Oh, dang it. I'm going to need some help here. Takahiro, are you done yet? Yet? I'm just finished. What do you need help with? My wrap came loose. Can you pull it back and tighten it for me? I've never been able to get it tight on my own. As she said that, she pulled her top up, presenting her back to me. You want me to do it? Seemingly... What the hell is this? Feeling slightly embarrassed at the thought, I tried my best to keep my thoughts pure as I took hold of the end of the wraps and I'll pull them back, tying them into place. I quickly made sure whether neither too tight nor too loose. Come on, be a man. Just put it tight and tie it. A little surprised of her reaction, I said to do as she said, and I pulled it even tighter and I had briefly secured it with a sigh. This isn't good for my heart. There, that wasn't too hard. So hard. Come on, let's hurry. Oh, you look good, like a handsome young businessman. I look more like a monk than a businessman. Smiling weakly, I quickly followed around Narumi, who was already in a hurry to leave the house. Did we hear this BGM before? I don't remember. We dashed across the village to the elder's house. Narumi grabbing a weapon along the way. When we got there, we heard shouting and an exchange of worried glances before pushing through the door. Halt, villain! Oh my! Barrier! Did we cross into a different dimension? Stop it! Wait, what's going on here? Hold on a second, what's going on here? The scene that lay before us was unlike anything I had ever seen. In one corner, Maiko was cuddling a large empty bottle, sleeping and giggling to herself. At the back of the room, the village elder was hitting a large casting with a lock on it while grumbling to himself. In the center of the room, Machiko lay pinned to the floor by Mio, who was tickling her mercilessly. Give us a CG of that, please! They're drunk. Oh jeez, they're drunk. Takahiro-kun, can you stop those two? This wasn't the battle I was expecting. Hey, the sun's shining outside. Not the game, I'm talking about the real world. I nodded my head in confirmation to the Remy request and turned towards the two girls on the floor, trying to decide how to best deal with them. With both of them drunk, it would probably have been easy enough to get Mio to release Machiko. But before I had a chance to interfere, the two girls roughhousing on the floor cased to bump into the table, knocking over a bottle of sake onto the both of them. Ah, I'm all wet now. You spilled the sake. Wow, stupid! The girl pushed herself upright, flaying like a spoiled child before turning tail and running through the door. Good grief, who knows what she might do? Naru-chan, please go get her. In this stage, she'd only make stupid advances at me. Right! As Narumi ran off to retrieve the drunken fox girl, I was left to take care of the remaining few. Miyu-san, you need to come with me. We need to get you into something clean. You just want to see me naked. Well, no, I'm not a pervert. Where does everyone seem to think that? I mean, I do want to see those boobs. But I have my honor, damn it. Nope, I'm not going to do anything you tell me to. I'll stay right here and swim in sake. I sighed and looked down at the woman who was indeed trying to swim in a tiny puddle of sake on the floor. Taking a deep breath, I prepared myself. So there, Chief, enemies have sighted in the hot spring. The numbers are about to overwhelm us. We need to reinforce right away. I came up with a bluff on the spot, hoping it would get Mio out of the room. What? You have to vanquish them at once. Come on, Private Pervert, to the hot springs. But aren't we supposed to defend? Before I had the time to finish my sentence, Mio dragged me to the entrance of the building by the collar of my robe. No, attack, attack, at the hot springs, attack! With that, she shoved me through the door, and I have to kick the door slammed shut behind me. My hearing wasn't perfect, but I could have sworn that I heard a yelp and tumble following Mio's departure. A large open area lay ahead of me, closed off by the this is the first time we see the hot spring, isn't it? A large open area lay ahead of me, close by the tall bamboo fence. There was also a small area off to the side for a more delicate washing area. Starting to myself, I began to tidy up the area, placing a little removing sharp objects and small obstacles that the drunken woman might injure herself in, and waited. 5 minutes went by before I heard the door open and close, followed by the gentle slosh of someone stepping into the water of the hot spring. Ah, the water's great. Hurry up and get in! Whatever happened to attack? I turned around, expecting her to be standing in the water with her clothes on. I would decide that awaiting me was far from what I would have expected from the Sudera tyrant. There was no katana slicing through the air or any harsh words being shouted. Instead, an attractive-looking girl wearing a simple towel had decided to take a seat in hot water. Mio-san? Whether it was the result of the drinking or not, the warm smile she showed me caused me to pause. That smile. Care to join me? I don't think. Get in the water! Yes, ma'am! I quickly moved close to the water, nearly slipping onto the wet tiles before I made my way in. I folded up my robe, but I kept the towel I had found around my waist. This has been pretty busy, huh? The last thing I expected was for all of you to gulp down sake like a baby drink his milk. The girl said nothing for a while, regarding me with a faint grin on her face. It made me nervous. I would almost rather have her shouting and angry. You don't slack off, do you? I can tell you train a lot. Huh? I'm briefly caught off guard by a comment. I quickly gathered my thoughts and nodded in return. Well, I practice judo, so it's naturally for me to train my body a lot. I'm sure the same can be said of you. Mio-san. I mean, you look rather feminine, but I could tell you know how to handle a sword. You know, I need to buy a headless headset. A wireless headset. What's a headless headset anyway? But those things cost like what, 150 euros? Get these things are expensive. Anyway, that shows delicacy and talent, but above all experience. You started young, didn't you? I did. She leaned back against the rock and let out a sigh. It took me a long time to become competent with the blade. Days and nights of endless training, regardless of wind and weather, all in order to toughen myself up, pardon, and to make myself strong enough. It is horrible knowing nothing of your early life. I just turned up here in rags. The guards found me in the woods one day, while on patrol, starving and dirty. The previous villager took pity on me and took me in. Everything went well for a while. Narumi's family took me in, treated me like one of their own. Then everything fell apart, seeing the village that had taken me in, fed me, clothed me, given me shelter, suffering at the hands of the spirits. I couldn't take it. As she spoke, she let out another sigh. It seems the alcohol was making her a bit more talkative than usual, which wasn't a bad thing. I just hoped I wouldn't end up paying for it once she had sobered up. After that, I felt I had to do something. I couldn't just sit by while everything fell. After that, I felt I had to do something. I couldn't just sit by while everything fell apart around me. The village was devastated by fires. But on that day, I pleaded with the former chief of the guard to train me, to make me stronger. I wanted to protect the village, to protect Narumi at any cost. He eventually agreed, but told me that I would need to strengthen my resolve first. And that's why you became a, you can say it, a Tsundere tyrant? I don't know what a Tsundere means, but the tyrant father isn't far off. I didn't want to drive everyone away, at least off Narumi. But I had to, in order not to feel the pain of loss again. Spirits haven't been our only problem. Bandits, beasts, and the weather. The village needed to be protected from all of those. It became a purpose, and it made me distance myself from everyone else. I guess that explains why you have been acting like that around Machiko and Maiko. That's right. That's right. That's right. Although I'm beginning to think that perhaps we can coexist with fox spirits at least, I suppose this has something to do with you, thank you. You're welcome. It's not like I did much. I mean it, truly, you and the sisters. You may have saved me you may have saved me a life of living in fear, perhaps even preventing my death. I think you better tell them that. You're right, especially concerning what comes next. Huh? What do you mean? The girl's words were becoming incoherent, muttering something about spirits and the village. It seems like fatigue was finally taking its toll. Well, the other spirits probably won't be leaving the village alone anytime soon. We're going to have to figure out how to stop them. But asking Maiko-san and Machiko-san to help us is like asking you to turn on Narumi-chan. Haha, turn on? The girl giggled at this for quite some time, so I let out a sigh and coughed politely. What I meant was they'll have to fight against their own kind at some point. I mean, why would they want to help you guys in the first place? I think you and Narumi-chan will be the pieces we need to solve the puzzle. And we better figure out what to do soon. I doubt those spirits will hold back next time. You sound like some kind of game. That's not nice. As she said this, the girl slid further down the water. It's a bit easier to think of it like that. The moment they get ahead of us, the game's over. If you and Narumi-chan fix things between the villagers and the sisters, things might work out. You'll have to get as close to them as possible. But I don't like girls like that. The girl became a crippling flustered by my comment. Having begun to understand what I had said before I could explain, she slumped over, her cheeks a deep crimson red. As I tried to move closer, it became clear that she had passed out. The heat had probably gotten to her. Just by luck, she had to pass out wearing nothing but a towel. I swear, someone up there is testing my patience with all these temptations. Sighting in annoyance, I carefully wrapped my arms around the girl and pulled her out of the water. Realizing that leaving Miho here would be a bad idea, I thought of what to do when Narumi came barging in. Takehiro-kun, I heard you were in here. I managed to— Whoa! What's going on here? It's not what you think. The great captain couldn't handle the heat. Could you take over here? Sure, that's what happened. I believe you, stud. Come on, I'll take her. I'll make sure she gets a good night's rest. But if you did do stuff to her while she was drunk, she's going to kick your ass. Yeah, I totally believe that.